Hello! So today is day 28. Do you know what that means? We only have 3 more days! Three more days. 1, 2, 3. It's so close. Oh my gosh, it's like flipping me out a little bit here. But this is where I get like super excited. So this is a brand new week for, what it's worth. There's only 3 days in this week of Nanowrimo, but this is the final stretch. So hold on to your horses or let them run wild to forget it's Nanowrimo. Make up your own phrases. Just a reminder, you should be aiming for about 1,667 words a day. That's the word count that I've been following for the whole helping you get through NaNoWriMo, especially for the first time. Wrapping up the story, since we're getting real close to the end here, wrapping up a story can be tough. It also depends on where you are in the last part of your plot structure, basically. So here's a question for you: Have your characters had their big conflict? Have they had the big showdown with the bad guy? If you have gotten to that point, awesome. If you haven't, that's probably where you're gonna want to push your characters. At least for the sake of, NaNoWriMo trying to finish a novel in a month, which is, well, you know how it is. You've been doing it for the last 28 days. But, that being said, so now that you have, for example, written the big conflict at the end, everything's been resolved in terms of, oh, we killed the bad demon who was going to destroy everything. Cool. Now, what happens next? Is there a new normal? Do things go back to the way they were? Or was that only the start of something worse? Do the characters even know that? Is also a fun twist that you can pull. That being said, plot twists at any point in the story are fun, especially in the end of the story. So figure out if there are any big reveals that need to happen, either during the main conflict or afterwards. Because that is part of the wrapping up a story. The other thing to consider is take into consideration everything that has happened in your story. My story is going to have a particular ending because I know what happens in the next book, so the end of book 4 is going to be pretty abrupt, and it's not going to really... It's going to resolve things on one side of the story, but on the other hand, it's just going to leave you with more questions. But that's the reason that I'm doing that is because book 5, it has been... It's the way it is in my series. It makes most sense to have one nice little wrapped up thing, and then the other, wait, what just happened? So take into consideration what's happened in your stories, and find a way to wrap it up in a way that would make sense for your story, make you as a reader as well happy with the ending too, because that's important. We don't want to frustrate our readers, because then we've lost the plot, as it were. We're trying to write a story for people, if this is for people, because you can just be writing for yourself, and that's fine. But for stories that we want to share with people, try to have an ending that would make them, in some way, satisfied. Like, man, the book is over, but dang, that was a good book, type of thing. I mean, you've probably read all number of books, and just kind of look around, see what other authors have done to the ends of books that you really enjoy, and try to see what you can steal without stealing, as it were. But that being said, if you need an optional prompt, today's prompt is: life needs things to live.